Hey guys, we're back with more Star Ocean 3, and last time we made it to Moonbase, and we learned that the Executioners have invaded Moonbase, so we have to go and stop them. But can we? I mean, they are supposedly godlike creatures and all, but we do have some god tier characters, Fayt and Maria, so we should be able to do it. But first of all, we need to go to the armor because I just got 30,000 full from a treasure chest, and I didn't buy carbonite armor from Nell because I couldn't afford it at the time. So now that I can afford it, I'm going to buy it and equip it to Nell because that will increase her defense, which will definitely be really useful. And what we want to do now is we want to head over here, and this will take us out to the habitation zone, and yeah, there's some enemies here, as you can see here. So you want to just keep your distance for now, and you want to head over here to trigger a cutscene. There we go.
Intruder alert. Intruder alert. Intruders detected within facility.
You don't think they're talking about us, do you?
I don't think so.
What is that?
I proclaim the will of the Enforcers. You are a plague to be destroyed.
Is that one of the executioners?
That's no god.
Why are you doing this?
The Enforcers shall purify this defiled galaxy. The Proclaimers shall purge the defilement. Prepare to die.
Get ready for some epic battle music. And I mean epic battle music. Like, this almost got on one of my top 10 lists.
Don't let your guard
But yeah, this fight is not easy, I'll just say that. Like, this Dark Spear move is nasty. Really nasty, man. But yeah, unfortunately, she's giving chase to Maria, which is not good. I proclaim you dead,
That was a fight?
Proclaimer. And yeah, we've got some battle trophies there. So much for the Executioners. I suppose they are fine Maria, and she is pretty much god tier.
I proclaim the will of the Enforcers. Death and annihilation to the irregularities.
Ha! What a wimp! Should have known better than to mess with me.
Yeah, we did all the work.
Pepita?
What are you doing here?
Yeah, go home.
I don't believe it.
Stop stealing all the glory.
You told me to wait, but I just couldn't take it. I didn't listen to anyone, not even the circus master. I had to come.
We'll go back then.
Oh dear. It's no laughing matter. Attacking so suddenly like that. You're reckless beyond all reason.
Funny to hear you say that. So what do we do?
Yeah, given the fact that you went to freaking Cursor on your own.
Come on! Come on! Take me with you!
No!
I'll make myself useful! I don't know about that. But we can't let her go back on her own.
Yes, we can.
She got here alone, so she should be able to get back too. That may be so, but...
Well, what should we do? Turn her away?
All right. Just behave yourself.
Really, Faith? You don't mind?
It's a little late for that, don't you think? I mean, you've already come this far, and I'd feel bad if I made you go back by yourself. so I figure at least while we're here, it'd be safer if we took you along with us.
Well, that makes sense, I guess. All right! Woo! Cheers, everybody!
Just remember, it's only until we leave Moonbase.
Just try and stay out of trouble, okay? No problem. You can count on me. Really? All right! Let's go!
Do you know what? Do you know what the silly thing about this is? Do you know what's the funny part? Let's have a look at the stats of Pepita. She's also level 1. So she's also complete shit. Just like Sophia. Like, what the fuck? And, yeah, she also has an alternate outfit as well, which, look at this! They fucking whitewashed Pepita! Like, what the fuck? But, yeah, like, I suppose Cliff also changes his skin colour as well with his outfit change, but, like, really? But, anyways, like, yeah, she's basically the character that fights with the fucking, she fights with a freaking, whatchamacallit, a fucking rug. But, yeah, as I say, stat-wise, and I will say this, like, stat-wise she's very balanced. So, if you actually do level her up, she will actually be a pretty decent tank, because you can see her MP and HP are very balanced. And that's the one good thing about Pepita, whereas Sophia, she just sucks at everything. Like, her hit point stat is not brilliant. But Pepita's hit point stat is a little better, because apparently, like, Sophia snaps like a twig, whereas Pepita, well, she's got much more balanced stats by comparison. Like, her attack stat is actually decent. And, yeah, so she is actually better than Sophia. That's how sad it is. Like, Sophia is, like, terrible. And Pepita is actually better just simply because of her stats. But she's still not the best character out there. She's not brilliant. But at the time, the reason why I ended up leveling her up and using her was simply because I didn't level up Cliff's MP. And I kind of screwed myself because I had very low MP. I mean, now I've sorted that out because his MP is up. But once you actually do all this, you can't back out. And I focused everything on HP, attack and defense, and I completely ignored MP, so I had severely low MP. So because my characters had imbalanced stats and I wasn't prepared for MP death, I decided that I was going to, like, given the fact that I had Pepita at the time, I decided that I was going to level Pepita up so that I'd have another character that had balanced MP, so that I wouldn't fucking lose a character in the game, so that I'd have another character to heal up in case Maria died, so that I'm not just relying on two characters and one of them dying in seconds. But that isn't a problem anymore, because now I've actually got balanced stats. So, yeah, like, but Pepita is the best, like, tank in the game, just simply because her stats are the most balanced. If you actually bother to level her up, which, honestly, like, this is a great place to level up anyway, so you can do it, but I'm not really that bothered about Pepita. Like, I'm really not, but that's kind of the reason why I bothered, like, putting her in the party, just simply because, like, this game is brutal, and I needed someone who could tank the MP damage, and she was, like, the only one, because everybody else was just badly, like, they had no MP, like, literally no MP, and I was just like, eventually when I, like, looked at the MP spread and HP, I was like, yeah, she's balanced, so she can actually tank, and yes, she can actually tank rather well, because she's got balanced hit points and MP. And it's all because of how this game is just so poorly imbalanced. Like this game is just so poorly balanced that it's a problem. Unless you actually balance it with the stats. But it's because of the whole MP death that you have to be aware of that. Well, I wasn't really aware of that at the time, and that's the problem. So, yeah, like, that's kind of the thing. But I'm probably like, now that I've actually got balanced stats, I don't really see the need to have her in the pie. I mean, she does have the whatchamacallit. She has the power dance, I suppose, which you can use with Maria's scabbing to make it a little stronger. But yeah, like, other than that, like, there's really not much to say about her. What I do want to do is, like, as I say, because I do need to get my, like, I need to level up some abilities on Cliff. His hit MP right now seems okay. Could level it up again though. I don't see why, but maybe have defense up this time, because he's got decent MP this time. And same goes for Nell. And yeah, better heal Maria, by the way. But as for the item we got, I don't know why Peter's got low health, but whatever. Like, as for the item we got a trading card. Did it not show it? I don't know, like, trading card 1. Yeah, this is something that you can get, trading cards. We got like a trading card for Albel there. So yeah, that's just something that we can get as well. But either ways, yeah, you can fight some of the enemies here. And yeah, so really, like, Pepita isn't entirely useless for that reason, but like, she's not the best either, but she's more useful than Sophia, which is kind of sad. Like, that's basically all I have to say. Like,
Let's find worthy opponents next time.
and yeah, you have triple kick as well. There's no point in using any skills that isn't Scarbeam in this game, so why even bother? Yeah, there's some treasure chests around here. Like, there's one over here that we can grab, so I might as well grab it. Got some more ablative ammo, we didn't need to waste money buying it then. Oh well. And yeah, some blackberries in there. Got another one of these flying drone things. But yeah, I mean, Pepita, combat-wise, she's not that bad if you actually bother to level her up. Like, she's not, like, the worst character out there, but, like, Sophia really is, because, like, her whole shtick is that she's a healer and she's a symbologist. Well, like, she sucks at healing, and symbology in this game's useless. So that makes Pepita better, just simply because she doesn't use symbology, and her ability is buff. Like, she's basically a buffer type character, and that kind of makes her a little bit more useful, because you can actually use her in battle just simply to buff up Maria and make her power, like, with her power dance, and make her Scarbeam stronger. Because when you use power up, that takes time to use, but if you use power dance, it means that Maria can just start using her combo without having to cast power up. But on top of that, you know, you've got an additional, like, thing that can power her up as well. And yeah, you have this area here. There's really not much here. Like, there doesn't even seem to be any items in here. Is there any point in this area? I don't know. I guess it's cool to wander around here, I suppose. But yeah, that's the thing. You can walk around there. And yeah, so now we're just wandering around looking for treasure. We've been there, so we've got that treasure chest over there. There's quite a bit of treasure around. We've been around here, haven't we? So we don't need to go this way. But the good thing about those giant robots is that they're big, so Scarbeam's really effective against them. And yeah, so basically we just need to move on, but might as well fight this guy while we're here. Oh no, not surrounded.
So that's how it's gonna be.
But yeah, so in a way she's better than Sophia, which is kind of sad. That's how bad Sophia really is. Like, she's worse than Pepita. But yeah, like, they're both level 1, which is kind of hilarious. But I think with Pepita it kind of makes more sense because she's a kid. Of course she'd be level 1, like, you know. But she's actually more useful. You know? She's actually more useful than Sophia. Like, Sophia's stats are just worse. Like, they just are. I mean, yes, she has more intelligence, but that's not even worth a damn in this game because symbology kind of sucks unless the enemy's doing it. So, yeah, she's actually one of the worst characters in the game. She's not the worst in terms of combat, but she's the worst character overall, is Sophia. I'd say probably the worst in terms of combat. Probably Adre, like, he's just not very good. But Adre as a character isn't terrible. Like, his combat is just not brilliant, unfortunately. And it's because symbology in this game just isn't very good. That's why. Like, symbology in this game is just... They really gimp symbologists.
What a waste of time. Let's go.
And healing, like... Healing magic isn't really as important. Because, like, I mean, you can have Nell use healing, and the regular healing spell is all you need. Because, like, the only time that healing is really necessary is when you're recovering health, because the biggest issue is going to be the MP death. And healing magic can't save you from MP death, so it becomes a problem no matter what you do. And, yeah. As you can see, I can just heal right now. And, yeah, these guys want it to be as annoying as possible, don't they? That's one of the things. Sometimes you won't see the enemy because they'll be using their shield and stuff, so, yeah. But, yeah. As I say, like... I'm not going to be keeping Pepita for this run. Because, I want to avoid... like, having the same thing happening again that happened last time. Oh, we got another trading card EX1. Let's have a look at this one. Another valuable. And, yeah, this basically, what this does is it unlocks an alternate costume that can be used in the game's versus mode. And this one's based off of Claude, so you can use, like, Fayt's Claude attire in versus mode. Versus mode, I haven't really gotten to that right now. But yeah, so there's a mode where you can actually have characters fight each other, and you can actually play it multiplayer. It's a multiplayer mode that's in this game only. It's exclusive to Star Ocean 3. You can't play multiplayer in any other Star Ocean game. This is the only one that has multiplayer, which is kind of interesting in a way because, you know, it kind of makes it unique in that regard. But yeah, it's one, like, you can get the different costumes in the multiplayer as well, on top of the ones that you get in battle, like these that I'm using right now.
That was a fight?
So yeah, just thought you should be aware of that. And yeah, freaking, like, over here, as I say, we've got another elevator down here. So, yeah. If we go down here, we should get to a treasure chest, as you can see here. And, here we've got the lifesaver. Everyone needs a lifesaver, don't they? And, what does the lifesaver do? Let's have a look. Items, new items, lifesaver. Adds 30 battle skill HP use. That is a really, really good accessory to give to Maria, and we're going to give it to her right now. Yeah, this is definitely, absolutely vital that you give it to Maria. I'm trying to think what's better. Clearly not the War God symbol, like, that's not really as good. Oh yeah, that's basically it, but I wanted to get that because that is a really, really good item to get. Lifesaver is just, yeah, it's so good. It's one of the most important items in the game to give to Maria because she will be using a lot of hit points to use her special moves. So with that, it means you're using less health to use her Scatter Beam, which means that she'll be more durable in terms of hit points, which is great. So now we can spam it more without having to worry about dying. And of course we could do it there, and of course it's going to hit me with this bullshit. But because we've used less HP, it's not as much of a problem as if we used more MP, so yeah, I mean HP, yeah. They both do the same thing, you have HP def and MP def, you know, so it's easy to get confused. But, yeah, I'm gonna just heal first, just get her to full at the very least. And fight this robot guy. But yeah, and to top it all off with Sophia, like, Sophia's, like, she's supposed to be the healer, but she won't even heal properly because her AI is so terrible that you have to heal by yourself anyways. And if you're gonna do that, you might as well just use any character because the basic healing spell, any character can learn with the common attack symbols, and, like, Nell has it by default, so you might as well just use Nell if you just want someone to heal you. And menu spells, well, like as I say, you've got Andre for that. That's his role. But if you give Nell the item that increases her, but if you give Nell the item that like lets her regenerate MP, it's probably better to use it on her because she'll just regenerate her MP, and yeah, it's a lot safer. And that guy's flying around above, but yeah, I was waiting for him to go down so I could actually fight him. But yeah, scabbing the fuck out of them. They won't know what's hitting them. And yeah, they're just being cool to Cliff and Nell right now, but it won't be long before they're all dead. Because Scarbeam is going to bum them harder than they've ever been bummed before. Right. As I say, I'm actually in a lot more high spirits at this point. Like, I am. I'm like, this part of the game, it's the part of the game that I actually like, you know? Like, I mean, the thing about Star Ocean 3 is that, actually I'll go there later because there's some items I want to get on the other side. But the thing about Star Ocean 3 is that Disc 1 you have a lot of annoying bullshit, but once you pass that fucking dungeon in Disc 1, I feel that the game just gets a lot more fun. Like once you get to Disc 2, just simply because the story starts to get interesting, you know, you've got the executioners now, you know, you've got like all of these cool places, these cool sci-fi places you get to go to, like Moonbase, and I always look forward to going to Moonbase. And yeah, NC program disc. Need to look that up. What that is. Raises engineering success rate. Ooh, nice. That'll be helpful, but we need an engineer first. And right now we can't go to Ellicor 2, so we can't get any engineers. So yeah, that's a bit of a shame. But yeah, this place is taking a bit of damage, unfortunately. But it's just so nice that we're finally somewhere else in the game that isn't Ellicor 2, and that's what I love about this part of the game. Like, it's just so, it's a nice change of pace, and I feel like this part of the game is where you finally get that, and that's where you like, oh yeah, and like, it's so intense and involving and engaging that you can't help but love this point of the game, you know? This is the part of the game I always look forward to, you know? Once you get past all of the bullshit sections, the game actually gets fun. Even though it's not, its combat is still a mess, it's not as torturous as it is in the early game, because by this point, like, especially like if you get past Crossal, you'll already be prepared, or you'll be able to prepare yourself by like doing what I do, like changing my build setup and everything else to deal with the game's bullshit. We didn't need to buy that anyways, god damn it. Wasted my money again. But yeah, that's the thing, you see. And yeah, there's this place over here as well. I still haven't been everywhere in this place. I think we've been this way. It's the other way that I haven't been.
Here we go, guys.
Oh, great ambush. Wonderful. Right. Let's scabbing the fuck out of them. There we go. But yeah, this is when the story starts to get really cool, and I really like this part of the game. I genuinely do, you know? I genuinely do. And this is where the love-hate relationship comes in, you know? This part of the game is really awesome. I mean, yeah, sure, you get shit party members that join the party, but everything else about it is great, you know? Everything else about this part of the game is fantastic because you get to go to the future and you get to see all of that, you know? And, yeah, like, I feel that that's where this game's strengths lie in the second half of the game. A lot of people would disagree with me for reasons, and you'll find out later on, but I really like this part of the game a lot. I think there's a lot... God, these rockets! They just don't stop shooting bloody rockets, do they? Alright. Gotta heal you, and let's start this whole fucking bonus line again after those fucking rockets ended up getting rid of, because I was fucking... Like, I was staggered, like, trying to get up when he used the freaking attack, so I couldn't move anyways, and it's just like, come on, just die.
Let's find worthy opponents
Right.
next time.
At least Cliff's got a level up, that's nice. Yeah, better heal everybody now. But yeah, we've been this way already, so we didn't need to go this way. It's the other way we needed to go. So yeah, we go down here, and we want to go this way, because there's other ways that we need to go. I think we've been that way. Let's try this way down here. Because I'm trying to get the items, and... yeah. Let's see, that's, yeah, this is one place over here. We've got ripe berries there. We've got a, elevator here. And here's a research facility, and there's some treasure, so we better get it. As I say, we've got ripe berries there. And, we've got another treasure chest over here. With some magical berries. So yeah, as I say, like, we're going to kick some executioners' ass. That's what we're ready to do. I mean, I feel at this point in the game, it just kind of just like, everything just feels like so much. It just feels more fun. I don't know, like even though the combat's still a mess, like I said, it just, I feel like everything's just more designed in a more interesting way, you know? Like, I like the way Moonbase is designed. It's a cool design, it's a cool area, it's well designed, it's a mixture of a dungeon and, like, a place to buy items, and, you know, it's not too long, like fucking some dungeons in the game, but it's not too short either, like, it's just right, you know, and it's interesting as well throughout, so it's not a mess, it's not like a long dungeon that's bloated and annoying, you know? There's a lot to it, you know what I mean? And you don't have enemies that suddenly start dealing ridiculous MP damage out of nowhere. It feels more balanced, you know what I mean? And that's a good thing, you know? It feels like it's actually, like, a fun area to go around, and it's designed well. So, like, this is where the level design gets more interesting, and it rewards you for exploring by going through all of the areas, and it's a place that you genuinely want to be. It's a place you genuinely want to explore, you know? It's not just a maze of dungeons. It's an actual place where, you know, each area of the dungeon has its own, like, location, like the recreational area, the research area, the habitatual area, you know. Each area has its purpose. You know, and it's not just some random maze that is needlessly large. It's just, it's everything's just right here, you know? I think that's the best way to describe it, you know? It's like we've got this area over here, as you can see. And this takes you to another research facility with more items, you see? It rewards you for going everywhere in the game. That's the whole point, you know? The whole point of having these areas is to have stuff to, like, grab, and it encourages you to go there, as well as having some cool aesthetics, like these little monitors here to, like, breathe more life into its, like, aesthetic and remind you of where you are, you know what I mean? Like, this place actually feels well thought out. Like, it doesn't feel like it was just like they just came up with it at the last minute. You know, they actually put thought into this, and that's why I like Moonbase. It's the point of the game that I've always liked a lot. You know, and it's probably like I don't even know if you can count it as a dungeon because it's more of a town with a area full of enemies than a dungeon, but it's definitely the best part of the game. Like, it is. And I don't think anyone's going to argue with me on this. This is the... I mean, there are parts of the game that I do like, don't get me wrong, kind of more than this, but I think everyone will agree that if you've played Star Ocean 3, everyone will agree this is the part that everyone can agree on being a good area in the game, you know? This is that one area that I feel that everybody can, like, appreciate, if that makes sense. Whereas other parts of the game, and I'm not just talking about the area, I'm talking about all parts of the game, like, this is the one part of the game, or one part of, like, this is just the one section of the game that I think everyone can enjoy, you know? Regardless of what it is you think about what happens later. You know, I think this part of the game is still very enjoyable for everyone, and we just got a new weapon, the laser weapon, and we're definitely going to take advantage of that fact by abusing the fuck out of it and getting all of the damage off from it. But yeah, they're giving Nell a hard time, so we're going to give them a hard time. Yeah, so yeah, we've got all the treasure here. Like, I actually want to explore this place and get all the treasure, you know? I don't just want to rush through it like other places in the game, like the fucking Shrine of Cadon. I just want to actually, like, indulge in this section, because I actually like this section of the game. And yeah, the enemies can be a little bit annoying, but I don't think they're that bad. Like, you know, there's far worse enemies on fucking Ellicor 2. Far worse. And if you ask me, I feel that Ellicor 2, despite being the part of the game that you spend the most time on, it's definitely my least favourite part of the game, at least the first half of it. It's not as bad in the second half, but yeah, this one, like, I just think you spend so much time on Ellicor 2 in this game, and like, it would be so much better if you know, didn't. Like, but what we're supposed to do now is, as we're nearly done with this area, I think. Yeah, we're gonna fight these guys. Why not? Don't really gain any, like, bonus lines for fighting these guys though, for some reason. But these guys give some decent experience anyways, by default. That's what I mean, like, this is a great place to gain some levels. Just simply because these enemies give loads of experience, and that's always a good thing. But I think that the game's detected that we're pretty high levels, so we don't really gain much from them. Maybe that's why we're not getting anything from the bonus line, but I don't know. Either ways, we need the money anyway, because we're kind of broke. So it's a good thing that we get the opportunity to make some. And yeah, we're back in the recreational zone here. I forget if I actually went here before, to be honest. But this sack goes back to the entrance. Might as well go around here and, you know, go through here. Like, there's multiple paths that you can take through this area. You don't just take one path, you can take another path, and, you know, it's like, it goes around in a circle, so you end up back where you started, but it's worth checking everything out. I do like this area, it's got a nice look to it. And, I mean, I only talked about this in my planet ranking video. Like, I mean, I'm basically just saying everything I said before. I always liked Moonbase a lot. Everything about it, like the music that plays, you know, like the aesthetic, everything about Moonbase is great. It's like the best, like, I don't know if I'd say it's the best part of the game, but I think it's one of the best parts of the game, for sure. And yeah, I'm just mindlessly gushing about this part of the game now. But I have to gush about it after I've just totally destroyed this game. Like, I've totally trashed on this game so hard. I need to say something positive about this game. Because at the end of the day, if you're watching this video, you're probably a fan of this game. And, you know, I can't just be negative all the time about a game. Especially a game that I do have a lot of fondness for, despite having a lot of issues with it. You know, this is a love-hate relationship. And I want to share that with you. I want to share everything with you, and that includes the love, not just the hate. I want everybody to know everything and all of my thoughts on this game, not just the thoughts that are just negative, you know? But that's what makes this game so interesting. You know, like, oh, we've got Mind Saver here. This one's basically the same thing, but it's for MP, so as you can see, like, battle skill MP use. So basically that's for casters, because casters will use MP. I don't use casters, so there's just no point in having that. I mean, if you're using a caster character, maybe it's worth using, but the only thing that uses MP is like spells. Like, so yeah, it's not really an essential thing to have, but it's something that's worth noting that's there. So yeah, now I just need to, I think we've gotten everything from here. Yeah, that just takes you back to where we were before. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing more fights, but I'll probably just go to this area just simply because this is where we're supposed to go anyway. And yeah, we've got this area up here. I think we need to go to this area here. I think this is where we need to go next. Yeah, and we've got that area here. Yeah, we've got, as you can see, this will take you up here, which will eventually connect you to another area over there. So if you read the map, you shouldn't get lost. But this isn't one of those dungeons where you can't figure out where you're going and get lost. This is one of the most straightforward areas in the game, and it's nice that we get a straightforward area in the game for once. Because I like straightforward things. If you know me, I'm a fan of games like Painkiller. I know I bring that game all the time. That was the game that was the first game I ever Let's Played, people. You know, fun fact. You know, Painkiller. So yeah, we've gone from Painkiller to this, and it's like, yeah, like, I like my straightforward stuff. I've always liked my straightforward stuff. Anytime that I have, like, when it comes to level design, I like it as straightforward as possible. I don't like to have all these little gimmicks and puzzles and stuff. I just want to make it easy to progress through the levels, you know?
That was a fight?
And I just want to get to the action. Well, in most games, not in this game. In this game, well, the action is what it is, you know? It's gonna be in the game, you know? But I can tolerate it at this point. Once you get to that point where, you know, once you get to the point where, like, that I'm at, it's not as problematic. You just put up with it, you know what I mean? It's a lot easier to put up with the combat once you reach this point, I find. Well, time for a revelation, guys. Not the biggest revelation in the game, that'll come later.
No good. There's nothing here out of the ordinary.
Computer, we'd like to browse the database for information on weapons using symbological genetics.
No matching data found.
Damn. Does the data even exist?
Uncle Robert wouldn't lie. The data must be in here somewhere.
She's right. Don't give up yet.
I know. I know.
Computer, scan my genetic profile and search the database for any matching data.
Scanning.
Searching. One result found.
Bingo!
Display.
The coming crisis for humanity?
Let's check it out.
Yeah.
My dad and Uncle Robert?
They're pretty young, but I think you're right.
Mom.
That woman on the end?
Yes. That's her.
This project was initiated as a result of the exploration of the planet Styx in galactic year 752. Styx is an unusual planet on which explorers found the Time Gate, a portal that seems to be a sort of time machine. A full-scale study of Styx and the Time Gate was undertaken in 752. The Time Gate is sentient. That was about all we knew about it based on our research up to that point. No one yet knew who had created the Time Gate or for what purpose. However, all became clear after the study conducted in galactic year 752.
Never heard about this before. Something this big should have been major news.
After an investigation extending over several weeks, we have discovered that the Time Gate responds to symbological data. And it was recently discovered that when certain special symbological data are sent into the Time Gate, it is possible to obtain recorded data from the Time Gate itself. However, included in these data was information more horrifying than we could have imagined. We learned of the existence of 4D beings.
A 4D being? More words that make no sense.
Oh boy.
Four-dimensional entities, possessing technology far more advanced than our own, including the ability to travel through time. Furthermore, as we continued our research, we found out that these beings may actually have created our universe.
Created?
Sounds like a fairy tale to me.
Shh, quiet.
The symbological technology that we use today originated with these beings. The Time Gate on the planet Styx was also created by using their advanced symbological technology. We had thought that the Time Gate was a portal for traveling through time, but it appears we were wrong. The Time Gate is in fact a door to 4D space. Time travel was a phenomenon that occurred as a result of the protective measures taken to prevent us from detecting the existence of 4D space. The 4D universe allows free movement through time, and the Time Gate tapped into that potential. This was a most exciting discovery. Not only were we able to unravel the mystery of the Time Gate, we were also able to confirm the existence of a new species. But then, something completely unexpected happened. The Time Gate spoke a warning.
Resign thyself.
Doctor, the Time Gate.
What in the world?
Science in the eternal sphere has advanced too far. This cannot be left unchecked.
Eternal sphere?
The eternal sphere is the universe as known to your kind.
Time Gate, tell us what you mean. Our science has advanced too far?
Symbological genetics is the science of the Creator, as is the symbology on which it is based. It is a forbidden art. Your kind has foolishly trespassed into a forbidden domain. There is a danger that this forbidden technology will be turned against the Creator. Thus, the time is near when he shall unleash the wrath of his enforcers upon you all.
We were terrified by the Time Gate's warning. The Creator was going to destroy his creations. It appeared that the Armageddon prophesied by numerous religions was going to come true. We asked whether we could escape annihilation by abandoning symbological genetics. But the Time Gate's reply completely crushed all our hopes.
It is too late. Even should you abandon your work, another will come to take it up again. Such is the way of your kind. You are contaminated beyond salvation. Your annihilation is inevitable. This is not a warning. This is a sentence. Resign thyselves. Resign thyselves. Resign thyselves.
We returned to Moonbase, stunned. This entity, beyond our understanding, had proclaimed our doom. At first, we considered reporting this to the top levels of the Federation government. But it was too outrageous. We knew that no one would believe us. Our choice was either to reconcile ourselves to the Creator's wish for our destruction, or to fight to the bitter end. We chose the path of resistance. We would not accept our death sentence. If we are to die, we'll die fighting. Be that as it may, our enemy was the creator of our universe. How could we face an enemy who possessed absolute power? To fight, we needed a tremendous power of our own. We decided to use symbological genetics in an attempt to create a weapon, a human with powers that could defeat the Creator. This was our project. 2 children were selected to be the subjects of our experiments. I am sure there is no way we could ever apologize enough to these children. No way we could ever earn their forgiveness. People may label us as monsters. Nevertheless, we feel that this research, and this research alone, has a chance of saving us all. These children are our hope.
That would be us.
The computations we ran on the data obtained from the Time Gate indicate that the Creator's power is phenomenal. We gave one child the power to destroy, the destruction gene. To the other child, we gave the power of change, the alteration gene. However, we do not expect that the powers of these 2 children alone are enough to stand up to the 4D being known as the Creator. We believe our survival rests on one thing. We must enter 4D space and defeat the Creator. That is why we have decided to give the next child, Professor Estide's child, the power to connect space, the connection gene. She will be able to use this symbological genetic power to create a path through the Time Gate and into 4D space.
And yeah, they
What?
had to shoehorn Sophia in there somehow.
This unborn child is the key to unlocking our enemy's gates.
Sophia, you too?
No, it can't be.
The children's powers will not flower immediately. However, when these 3 children come together, their different special symbological genes will resonate, and it should be possible for them to utilize their powers. Beyond this, they must learn control by applying their powers in combat. I am planning to talk to the children directly when the time comes. But if something should happen to me, please, whoever is watching this video, Let them know. I apologize for asking this of you, but there is a great deal at stake. What we did was inhumane and forbidden by Federation law. We could never apologize enough to our children, the subjects of these experiments. Did we do the right thing? This is a question I find myself unable to answer. I'm sure we'll find out when the final day of judgment arrives. If the children choose annihilation, not to use their powers, then so be it. These powers belong to the children, and it is up to them to decide how to use them. Finally, I have something I want to say to our children. I feel horrible for making you bear this heavy burden. I will not ask for your forgiveness. I only ask that you choose your own path. Think, decide, act for yourselves. Even if you choose to fight. Even if you choose to accept annihilation. That is all we, your self-indulgent parents, desire from you. We love you.
Why us?
I think it had to be us. They believed we could do it.
I gotta be honest. I still don't really understand what's going on. But it's obvious our parents left the future in our hands.
Our genes have determined our destinies.
That might have been true until now. But like my dad said, the choice is in our hands now.
You're right.
We going?
To the planet Styx.
Alright!
You're not coming. So, basically, how do we summarize all of this? So, if you played any of the Star Ocean games before, then you'll know that the Star Ocean series is connected. All the games are set in the same universe, but they all take place in different timelines. Well, Star Ocean Till the End of Time is the final game in the Star Ocean series. And there's a reason why it's the final game in the Star Ocean series. Because in Star Ocean 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6, we never really learn about who the gods really are. We never really learn about the universe's creator. And everything that happens in those games is essentially leading up to what happens in this game. You know, technology's growing constantly, and like throughout the series, like all the characters, like, and like everyone else is trying to come to grips with like technology and like progressing as a species in different ways, and it all kind of comes together in Star Ocean Till the End of Time, and it's like it kind of comes together with this whole thing where, you know, everyone's progressing and evolving. Like evolution, it's a big theme in the entire series as a whole, but I feel in this game in particular, like this is where they really kind of like, this is where it comes to a head, and it's kind of like, how far can people, like how far can humanity truly evolve? Like that's the thing, like how far can we evolve before it's too far, you know? And that's kind of what, I mean, this is the lab itself, so yeah, this is where they did all of the research and stuff in here. And this is probably where they were, where Maria Fayt and Sophia were experimented on. Yeah. So, as you can see, like, that's why this is the finale, because now, as I say, we are facing the creator of the entire universe. And by that I mean the entire universe of all of the Star Ocean games. So, yeah, it's a big deal, because we're facing the god of the Star Ocean universe. So this affects every game in the series. Every single game in the Star Ocean series is affected by this, because it's the entire universe that, if you played all of the other Star Ocean games, and this is why I've always said Star Ocean Until the End of Time is the game that's best saved for last, simply because of this moment. Simply because you have experienced this universe in so many different ways. If you played all of the other games, you've had experiences from each and every game in the series. You know, you've experienced like Rogue in Star Ocean 1, you've experienced like Expel and Energy Need in 2, you know, you've experienced like all of their adventures and everything that they've done and all of their accomplishments and everything that happened throughout, and all of the advancements, all of the changes, all of the races, you know, all of the worlds. You experience all of that throughout the series. But in this game, it all comes to a head, because now the creator of this universe that you have been exploring this whole time throughout the franchise wants to destroy everything. He wants to erase all of it. And that creator needs to be stopped. And as you can tell, there's also the revelation that there is a whole other universe out there. And that universe, essentially, like, this universe, which is known as the Eternal Sphere, which they realize, the Eternal Sphere is what the Star Ocean universe is named. That's basically the entire Star Ocean universe. It is named the Eternal Sphere. So, right now, we are all in the Eternal Sphere. That's what we are in. It's a weapon in Star Ocean 2, but the term Eternal Sphere wasn't used to describe the entire Star Ocean universe until this point. So, in this game, you learn that the universe is known as the Eternal Sphere. And, well, obviously, like, there's, like, this whole other world that is governing this whole world that we are in. And there's a higher power that is in that other world that wants to erase us. And that's the story of Star Ocean 3. And it's pretty crazy. Like, the whole time, like, when you've been going through Elcor 2, I will say there are a few subtle things that connect, but there aren't that many things that connect. And that's probably my main criticism with this game narratively, is I feel that while Elcor 2 does have a few subtle things, and you'll see what I mean when we get to Styx, but it does have a few subtle things that connect, but I do feel that a lot of it doesn't connect well enough with the overall story. This is where the story really starts to get going, and I actually think that it's a pretty good story. I actually really like the concept that this game's going for. But anyways, that's going to be the end of this video, so I will see you all next time.